In our political history as an organization, from the election of 2001, we went to court as Reform Agenda with Dr. Kiza Besigye as our flag bearer. As a political organization, 2006, we went to court. Justice was not served on us. And from that time going forward, we said we will never go to Museveni-led court. Because the outcome is obvious. So we do not want to do anything in futility as an organization. And so my presidential candidate is right. He folded his arms and said, we are laying all the evidence bare. We've taken this to the court of public opinion, and we shall start from there. So we do not want to indulge in the business of wasting time and giving false hope to Ugandans. No, that is not our DNA. So wait for what we shall do other than going to the court that is appointed by the same government that has stolen the election.
In short, this is also a court. The public is what? Court. So we are in the public court.
That is the outcome of this review. There will be some region where presidential candidate indicates that President Museveni overwhelming the NRM, of course, overwhelming won this region where the presidential outcome comes from. What remains of the forum for democratic change within the sub-region, but also just sub-region? The same question.
Down with evidence on this matter. I participated in the campaigns with the Right Honorable Nandala, Mafabi, everywhere he went in Bugisu. Everywhere he went in Karamoja. Everywhere he went in Tesu. Parts of Kusoga, parts of the north. And clearly, the level of enthusiasm was through the roof, especially in his native Bugisu. Name it, whether you were in South Bugisu or in North Bugisu. In fact, the second last engagement here is when people walked from Budadiri. They were not paid to do that. All the way through Simukona, ending up in Soronko town in the night without relenting. Thousands of people turned up. And you want me to believe that those people were paid to do that? We didn't pay them to do that. The president cited the homecoming here. That cricket ground was full of people. Ask Ibabakama where those votes went. So there was fraud here. Reckless fraud. Just to try to annihilate the name of Nandala Mafabi in Bugisu. You can't remove it. You can't. Whatever tricks you want to use to attempt this is not going to happen. It's not going to happen in Teso. Time for these crooks will come to an end when they no longer have power. And that is our determination. We won't surrender our country. We will not. We'll continue the push. And as I said, whether we are in government or not, it will happen.
You said you were awarded 1.8, let's say 2% of the votes. You want to say that the EC just awards people percentages without clear votes casted. Two, you said there will be a high crime rate, there will be so many stuff coming because of that. Are you coming out as a prophet of doom in governments because of election? Something like this?
We have relayed everything. Why would the security be involved? Why? This one they should be able to have, because I've told you why. And all of you know it, but you are just trying to fear. If you don't, and let me tell you also the members of the person. If they see you, if you are somewhere and they are killing somebody and they don't report, you are also treated as a murderer, committed a crime. So if you don't report the right things, you will be treated as a part of the running work. So be careful. Prophet of doom, how? Let me ask you a question. You have no money in your pocket. You are staying in a matana. Won't you need the food? So where will you get it? I'm just giving an example. I'm not a prophet of doom. If you have no job, you will need food. You need where to sleep. You need water. You need clothes. What will you do if you don't have? And you're energetic. And the people I'm talking about are the youth who are even more energetic than Honorable Jackson. Wait, you see, I'm not a prophet of doom. I studied. That's why I say I come here with a plan to create jobs so that crime goes what? You even studied. I want to tell you, all the crimes which are created basically because of. Are you telling us we are better off? The economy of Uganda is not in the hands of Uganda, it's in the hands of foreigners. So when you talk about economic growth, it is not growing in Uganda. I think we are trying to play the way I know most. It's not in Uganda, it is with the foreigners. So when the economic growth is not in the citizens, that means the citizens are in a poor state. Now, what will they say? They will try to survive, fight for survival for the water. Getting I need the food, it is there, I will grab it. So I'm not a prophet of God. This is simple analysis. Now you pick money and trade it. You bring it to the electoral commission. This money not backed up with production. Now I'm coming back. The moment there are sources which have left the system without backed up production, then that means you have put more money of supply, cash supply in the market. Yeah? And when there is more money in supply without backed up production, that means there will be a lot of money. You have answered your question. No, why are you asking question? You know, there will be a lot of money in the market for few goods and
Consent was premeditated. Sometimes you members of the Fort Estate, you are not observant. If you looked at the campaign of candidate Museveni, throughout the campaign they were flashing figures. 12 million. It went up to 13 million. To prepare the minds of Ugandans about what was about to come. How would they have predicted that when the vote was not cast? So they had to work towards that 72%. And with all these flaws here, you know, the power of incumbency, the real criminality that happened within the electoral process, the one-sided electoral commission, you would really not be proud about the 72%. We have put our case before the public, where the 72% comes, and it's really upon now Museveni to challenge what we are saying. It's upon him and his NRM.
Have come out say election not being fair, or they don't accept the outcome or the results. Do you think it's the right time to have the electoral reforms? Why do I say that? Because when you look, we have said Yabaka looks to be partisan. Do you think it's the right time to have the electoral reforms as a vote for the way forward or for the next election? Because you say, I think maybe in the future I may not participate in the election because to relate to commission being partisan. Thank you very much.
Isaiah, the question goes to Honorable Councillor. If this has good manifesto with good ideas, which can take our country ahead. In case of President Museveni appoints you as the Prime Minister, this bring you to work in the government of Uganda and provide that money in our pocket with such ideas.
My piece, you gave a big picture of where the country is heading with this sham election. What hope do Ugandans have after this? If we continue, what other methods can we take and what for Ugandans? This, they are being pushed in the walls. What do you think will happen after that? They will look at us and they can get.
Is it time for reforms? I have told him 2016, and Mama went to court. And he raised the issue that they needed reforms. The Supreme Court agreed. Why have they done it? We went back with the same system. Yet the Supreme Court raised the issue which Mama agreed. Where did Mama come from? NRM. I get it. Of course, now it's back there. I hope it's going. So, what are you saying? If it's not done, I'm answering what they say. I'm going to go to the home. They are going to lose hope. If people lose hope, they are very dangerous. Let me give an example. If I have nothing, I can lose. So, what is it? My life, which I can put there, and because I've lost it. People will there. They will do dangerous things. So I have begun to lose hope. Yes, I have lost hope. It's only remaining a small turning point, just a small spark. I want to tell you, get prepared. Get prepared. I want to tell all you guys to get prepared. A spark is about to arise. Statistics show the youth are more than what? The old men and old women. And of this, 70% everybody have no what? No jobs. In the university which lives of every percentage, only those who got jobs are 13%. I don't know if you have done the research. That means 87 have no what? No jobs. In the current state, 86% depend on 14% for medical, for food, for education, for work. So that means we are in a disparate state. And this needs a diagnostic analysis. That's why we're saying we need to reboot the country. You need to reboot. Do you know how to reboot? Have you ever seen a computer? When it stops hanging, you switch off, then it starts afresh. This country needs rebooting. If you don't reboot, you are in danger. I am talking about this with knowing. My manifesto to become a PM, I have told you what I'm going to do. Preach, teach the Bible, teach the Quran. That's what I'm going to do. Do they tell people to teach the Bible and the Quran? No. So I'm not looking for a job. So for me, I am here. You will get me everywhere. If you go to my car, you will get a Quran, you will get a what? Bible. I have argued over it here. One time he was telling me the Bible, the Quran says you should marry 4 women. I said, let us read it. And he came back and agreed with me. There is nowhere where the Quran says you marry 4 women. The Quran says, if you cannot manage orphans, marry second what? Wife. Let me tell you, when a man dies, the children are not orphans. It's when a mother dies, when the children become what? Orphans. So when does the children become orphans? When a mother has what? Died. Now they say marry second one now because they have died. You can't. So when again you have the second one, then again they die, you cannot manage the orphanage, marry third one. Then when he also dies, you marry the fourth one. But the man to kill 4 women, he must be determined. Who is that one to stay after killing 4 women? So that's why I told you are interpreting it wrongly. But I know where he was. I can also teach him where to go and look for where we are. So I am here teaching the Quran and what? OPM, Prime Minister. I was a leader of opposition. That was the work. And here I was there. I have been in politics of Uganda for 25 years. Yes. rather give you advice. But I think since you have said my manifesto is good, let them appoint you so that you're going to get remember for this state. Someone another to come in and get over what I'm doing. Part of FDC, part of this operation of the presidential candidate. Jagala kwa wazangu kwa ninabe natambula na bongo na Uganda. Tulibu nile kwa genda mkuna kwa ita na pasa kusimama. Mwenye ugeno watandika ngaliri munya nisipo mwenda kwa Uganda tumaro kuona ngenda no. Jagala kwa wazangu mwenda hapo kurudia kwe. Nyangiza mwe wala kunisikia. Letu manyigo kurudia. Wali mwenye mingi. Tutafika mstari mtufu. Of course ndio kwa sababu nabo abandi makaruka kabwe kama ni songa wati sabakampa nabo batupa sababu tutakapo kwa mkisa natonga yana basali bao toka le percent bampa le percent siyani nini mukimanyi weko wale na abantu Warona nao wamukamini mara wabajja jambo lingine mtoto muno na magenda kupata bibi bafamu ndio mukimanya karubukamo hari mu budde hari benguliriza kuligo bobora ba koti jamba wade sisi inare mtyaje government treasury ndio bwa kwa mcharo ndio pesa na mcharo kibo bulongeno kwa kati milioni zita milioni nyingi ati milioni nyingi yeso mchalo mulima abantu ngabili pasa kikola kya ndio tafuna sente zita mtwalo ngapi kisoka ate kuna kwa wasema yo kuroda agency baba wange mtwalo tano igedia ya police bali basatu mtwalo 15 ate buli village bateka musende yetu kwa satu Tuana satu kulaba dema kwa kosa. Tuana satu kwa mobilization. Ati tunazoona data ndio kwa kwa vile kiza kwa ndani kanga bila mnana no kwa sababu bila mta paka mina. Sende zote sio kuruka. Chakula gete electoral commission ya. Tisija kutitasa. Namuka mataso bora. Kubanga karo mateka kagamba karo tole no kuteka pose to shikulira chikula ya muka matasobola yeka ya muka mana yafuka aina kale muka ama German wale commission ta sana no wada atono bwana banga ya raba kipigana mafi basi kale abamaje apolisi baprezoni iso bona baba yaro batambula era kikulage yali plan bila dawa kuna kwa waso ndio kama yatulimba alese ndimo nibaita BVK machine ezigeno kuja abantu kwa karuru zigeno kwa baisawe muyo kumacha ndio macho echo waleta kwanza kama milioni $10,000 bilioni kuke mungu msoma bibigano kwa kati kusawa bili tutunde magamba abantu ati kimwe buti baita bakosera kesi abantu nabatiki ndio kukede sana ndio kwelanya ubulungu amazo kurosa ndio tutunde mbe wafe sana na wabaka kuzali mo pesa batiki bateka mu chikula kwa mtekali waka singa musebe tule tuwa Uganda mutupu wabanga kama abani senguzi yamuka makati singale kufire squad basi ngale komenda waje atwala sende nalipa na Uganda ndio mnaenda kwa hiyo si asika maki tikimoku guru take up box ndio bayagara ikasese na kwa bi wa inakale mbaba kala moja bado hata ukula geti wafanye sababu mobile kitu ya kwa ni mwenye angani yale anayofanya kinana kati wa wanga leo inofanya wacha akilizayo wale commission na bela kila kana yeye akufa naye tekikola bya electoral commission yakuliwa bako nga tutandika omukulonda okunominatinga bakandidate walaba bakandidate 17 opposition abajamu ani abajamu electoral commission secretary agani nominator agani nekiseera ekyo abantu abali ku mmeeza naawe n'okkiriza lwaki otwala ekiseera nokomanda ogamba ekikola bweta obubbi n'embuzi esinga eri mu electoral commission ekikola tebyomukafetebi abantu abatakkirizibwa okubeera ne Uganda era kyo kulonda kwabadde kulonda kwabadde ekintu ky'okuteekawo gambe JNRM naye Museveni abasigale mu bibi so gambe tokulonda tukikulaga kuba tebiri ne ripooti yavweyo ya Goodluck Jonathan African yabuuza mukwepuro ate abantu balina lwaki obakiriza immigration obakiriza polisi temukuza kutambula abantu mubasiba kikulage nabwe Rwanda tugenda bwetu mu maaso nokulonda kufaanana bwetu internet ne bagijjako bw'oba ogamba oti gwoli okukola kyokola kyomumazi lwaki ojja kuyita lwaki okwata abantu abali kukokoza lwaki mutta abantu lwaki okuba abantu tyagaasi emundu amugateeyo agadi mukakoloto batukuba tyagaasi nebakuba amasasi emotoka naye yagambirira wasozekizokuwa omusozi abantu bebamuleetera sente zamusozi tebakozesa kikola batola maze okulonda ng'omuyita mukye tendo linde bisibe tubigenda kulinya ekisolo kigenda kulinya embeera egenda kubeera bi n'obuku tugenda kweyo bino byenjogera ebimanyi kusoma byemanyi byenjogera manyi era ne results mwalaba sintuufu bakusanga results ezimu ebyendogera nolana banga kino kifuuse military operation abantu tebagamba bantu balonda tetumanyi gye bagenda naye abamondola bagamba mwanda tugenda okulonda tumanyiku batugamba byamo tumanyi bagenda kubawo nesi tugambe tukwama okuvamu ebyo tetugamba byokulonda byavamu tukikiriza ga kuba kino obubbi bwali mukulonda muno tukukiriza nani kupata bagenda ku kooti anagenda mu parliamentary local government abantu bawakanya byavaamu kugenda kubawo sapoti yonna n'obuyambi yamukamu ono kwetumanyi eyita kyananoeta commission tebateekalo empewo eyo bagigiryewo kubanga oyo empewo gudunyere naye katonda alamu naye mumulamu kuloyagala okugiyatamu amama mbabazi election ya 2026 yagenda mu kooti Supreme Court negamba bakole reform bazikoleko tebazikola lwaki babazimanyi bwebazikola yekubakwata etteeka ligamba bwobanga obululu buli wansi wataano balina okudamu babala bwayenaayo nebubeera bwa opposition tebakiriza ekikulaga dabo standard ekikulaga kyamaani ba commission nokomale abantu bebakwata abali bapolitician abantu balebe ebigiramu kubakwata mubate omusango gwali waliwagala kuyitawo noyitawo mu ngeri y'omu kati bwabasirira mubate bonna baleekenabakana bafambe bo bapate kyo bapate kimubate lwaki obaganirako bye obululubo bano bate naevenesikika kuwanaku aaetinyangeaena anangatenemenezamu kigenda kuzipa pate yaffe natetekekera naye national delegates conference kugira 8 myaka kisigala n'ebintu ffe tuli lulwende kwagala naavu abagaliza banaganda okuba mu ddembe ddungi okugwera n'ensi yaffe nnungi wataliye free ne wani kutawa na pesa kwa tuno kupera wao yetu sawa kuna ndio yetu kwa hiyo tugenda kusaba balirira bintu kubye burujo bwaki bya makora ne magana makofi ya justice kigereno twagala kuwa justice era wanagana ate kama FTC tugenda kuwana paka tunalaba Uganda ya ni Uganda na wetu ngendeko sio ngendeko kola yana kusoma sabai kule Nandala kusoma kwa hiyo ndio kupeleza